Have you ever looked in the mirror in the dead of night, when the house is silent and the only light is the pale moon or a single flickering candle? In that stillness, have you felt it? A sudden, sharp pang of grief. It isn't for a person you lost to death. It is for the person staring back at you, the stranger who has taken up residence in your skin. We are told that aging is a privilege, a golden era of wisdom. We are taught to wear our years like medals. But let's be honest, in this quiet space, sometimes it just feels like a slow, quiet robbery, a theft of the light in our eyes, the spring in our step, and the effortless glow of a morning that once required nothing of us. You look at old photographs, the edges slightly curled, and you see a version of yourself that felt invincible. Someone with doors still wide open, eyes reflecting a future that hadn't been written yet. A future that felt like a vast, unblemished ocean. Today, at Aethel-Anima, we aren't going to talk about fighting time or staying young. We're going to talk about the truth, why aging is sad, and why that sadness is the most profound human evidence of a life deeply lived. In our 20s, life is a map of infinite roads. You could be anything, go anywhere. Every choice felt reversible. But as we reach 40, 50, or 60, the map starts to look different. Most of the roads have been traveled, and many are now closed, overgrown with the weeds of time. This is what philosophers call the melancholy of the unlived life. It's the realization that you will never be that prima ballerina you dreamt of becoming at 7. You will never move to that remote village in Tuscany or start that revolutionary company you envisioned at 25. The sadness of aging isn't just about the physical wrinkles on our brow. It's about the narrowing of the horizon. We are mourning the alternate selves we had to leave behind. For every choice we made, to stay, to marry, to leave, to work, 1,000 other versions of us died. We carry their ghosts with us. It's okay to miss them. It's okay to feel the weight of the choices that can no longer be unmade. To age is to witness the closing of doors, but perhaps it is only in the closing of doors that we truly find our way home. There is a specific, heavy kind of loneliness that arrives as the years pass. The feeling of becoming invisible. Our society worships the new. The debut, the startup, the young prodigy. We live in a culture that treats youth as the only currency worth spending. When you reach the middle of your story, you might feel like you've been moved from the protagonist's seat to that of a background character. You walk into a room, and for the first time, the eyes of the world pass over you as if you are part of the furniture. You are no longer the target demographic. This invisibility can feel like the fading of your own light. It can feel like you are disappearing before you are actually gone. But listen closely. In this silence, in this lack of external noise, a sacred metamorphosis begins. When the world stops looking at you, you stop performing for the world. You stop the exhausting dance of seeking approval. In this quiet invisibility, you finally start living for the only person who has been with you since your first breath, yourself. In Japanese philosophy, there is a concept called Wabi-Sabi, the profound beauty of things that are imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete. It is the appreciation of the cracked vase, the weathered wood, the faded silk. Think of a vintage film or a medieval canvas. We do not love the painting despite the cracks in the oil. We love it because of them. Those cracks are the history of the work. They tell us it survived the centuries. A perfectly smooth digital image has no history. It has no soul. Your face is not a problem to be solved or a flaw to be corrected. It is a library. Every line around your eyes is a chapter of laughter you shared with people now gone. Every shadow on your brow is a battle you survived, a grief you transcended. If you were still that smooth, unwritten person from 20 years ago, you wouldn't have the capacity to feel the depth of a sunset. You wouldn't know the silent value of a loyal friend. You are not losing your resolution, you are gaining depth. You are becoming a masterpiece that only time, the most patient and ruthless artist of all, could paint. So, yes, aging is sad. It is a series of small, daily goodbyes. We say goodbye to our stamina, to our parents, to the versions of ourselves we once loved, but perhaps we grieve because we loved our lives so intensely. You wouldn't be sad today if the journey hadn't been so beautiful. Don't let the grief of what is gone blind you to the richness of what remains. You are at an age where you can finally distinguish the signal from the noise. You know what matters. You know that a quiet cup of tea can be more sacred than a crowded party. You know who you are, even if that person is still evolving in the shadows. The sadness isn't a sign that you've failed at life. It's a sign that you have truly, deeply lived. There is profound, quiet power in standing in the truth of your years, looking at your reflection, and saying, I am here, I am weathered, and I am whole. Thank you for spending these 11 quiet minutes with me here at Aethel-Anima. If these words touched a part of your soul that felt lonely today, please consider subscribing. Here, we honor the depths of the human experience. Tell me in the comments, what is one thing you've gained with age? A piece of wisdom, a moment of peace that you would never trade for your younger skin? Until next time, remember, you are not fading, you are becoming. I'm Ethel, and this is your space for the soul.